The perfect longing for imperfection's charm, perfect longing for imperfection's charm. Well, that is why our souls have come. That is why our souls have come here in ignorance to seek knowledge. In this world of shortcoming, to seek fulfillment. So that is the perfection's longing. Where? Perfection's longing. In the imperfections. In the imperfection, there is a kind of a possibility of a charm there. The illumined caught by the snare of ignorance. In fact, this is what he has given exam. One who has got the knowledge, he has come into ignorance to see what that ignorance is, what charm that ignorance is, what significance that ignorance has. It is through that, you see, he has come. Ethereal creatures are drawn by bodies lured. Ethereal creatures, they have physical body, but then they want the physical body to see what can be there in the physical body. Bodies lured to that region of promise, bidding invisible wings, came hungry for the finite, for the joy of finite life. Hungry for the joy of finite life. Well, that is the choice which is made by our spirit. Our spirit was otherwise very happy up there, but then it became curious whether there is something here also that can really be kindled, can be made happy, you see. But too divine to trade created life, soil, and share the fate of perishable things. Well, they wanted to come here, but they are too divine, too different from what things are here. And therefore they kind of go back. They will not. To share the fate of perishable things. Well, this is what happened also. You see, mother had asked some gods, would you like to take birth? And she said, no. They said no, see, because they do not want to undergo the process of suffering and misery and all that thing, you see. What is it? They said they will come when the transformation is there. When you have done your work, then will come. Not, we don't want to go through the whole process, you see. Mother was very happy when she was meeting Durga regularly, mother. Then mother was doing small little things here and there, kitchen work or sewing or whatever little thing. And Durga was surprised how she is doing such beautiful things and all that thing. Then mother said, you see, you have to have something here within psychic being. You will lack psychic being. If you want to see and enjoy this life here, enjoy it with your psychic being. Participate in every action here with your psychic being. Durga said, okay, we'll wait for that. The children, the unembodied gleam, so they have got no body. Arisen from a formless thought in soul and chased by an impressible desire, travel the field of pursuing gaze. A will that unpersisting field worked there. Yeah, that will is there, but life was a search, but finding never came. Life is a search, but finding never came. That is the dubious nature of this world, you see. There, nothing satisfied, but all allured. Things seem to be that never wholly are. Seem to be that never wholly are. Images, see, this is part of the imagination and the world. Images were seen that looked like living and symbols hid the sun they claimed to show. Pale dreams grew real to the dreamer's eye. Pale dreams grew real. So slyly some kind of a reality is dawning to the dreamer's eyes. So dreamer is not simply dreaming dreams now. He is seeing some sort of a reality also now behind him. Well, that happens very, very rarely. Okay. We may be able to see, we do see sometimes wonderful dreams, but then they remain dreams only. They do not come to reality. Okay. The souls came there that vainly strive for birth. They want to come here, but they are not able to enter into birth. And spirits entrapped might wander through all time, yet never find the truth by which they live. So there is a possibility of the entering, but they are not coming here. All ran like hopes that hunt a lurking chance. Nothing was solid, nothing felt complete. All was unseen. Because this is the description of the transition. after coming out from that world of my life mind, this is the description. All was unsafe, miraculous and half true. Yes, there is some of a truth in it, but it is only half truth, miraculous. It seemed a realm of life that had no base. It had no foundation yet here in this world, on this earth. It has not foundation. It seemed a realm of life that had no base. Now, this is a long section, very long section, something like 70, I think about 70 sentences or so. Yeah, 74 sentences. One section itself, 286 lines, 2,165 words. You see, a long section, you see. But a pivotal section also. Then dawn, a greater seeking, broadened sky, a journey under wings of brooding. So this is the wings now appearing for the fourth time in the same proximity. This word wings is appearing here now for the fourth time, you see. A journey under wings of brooding force. So the force is kind of brooding something here under its wing, like a bird which is brooding its eggs. Then dawned a greater seeking, broadened sky. It was a vague sky, now it is a broadened sky. A journey under wings of brooding force. What is that force? What is that brooding force? Greater life. Obviously, it is greater life, it is brooding something here, trying to bring out something from here now. You see, under the wings of brooding force. First came the kingdom of the morning star. With a greater life appears now the kingdom of morning star. A twilight beauty trembled under its spear, and the throb of promise of a wider life. Out of the small little life now, there is a possibility of the wider life opening itself to you. You see, morning star. He has passed through the night of life. He has come through the tunnel, he sees the light. Twilight beauty trembled under its spear, under its spear. Its star trembled under its spear. No, the star is carrying a spear. Star is carrying a spear. Star is carrying a spear. In other words, the theological presentation of a star in the biblical theology, star is an angel who is holding a spear in his hand, fighting against night, standing firmly as a sentinel in the night with a spear, so that if you are watching a star, you are kind of saved, you are under the safeguard of the star. Night will not cause any harm to you because it is gone. So all the evil forces which are there, it will remove them with that spear. So the image of spear and star goes together in that kind of a theology, you see. And Sri Aurobindo has capitalized on that, you see. See, because this was a lot of darkness, and now there is a star. The star is holding a spear also in his hand. First came the kingdom of the morning star. Twilight beauty trembled under his spear, and the throb of promise of a wider life. Then slowly rose a great and doubting sun, yet a doubting sun. Then slowly rose a great and doubting sun, and in its light she made of self a world. She, that wider life. Life is she. Then slowly rose a great and doubting sun, and in its light, in the light of that sun. So, whatever that life is presently doing at the moment, whatever she is doing at the moment, is under that doubting sun. It is not a sun of certitude. The sun of certitude would only be the supramental sun. So it is not a supramental sun under which life is working out things at the moment. In this present case, you see, this is what it means, you see. Then slowly rose a great and doubting sun, and in its light she made of self a world. Self? Herself. A spirit was there that sought for its own deep self, yet was content with fragments pushed in front and paths of living that believed the whole, that belied the whole. But peace together might one day be true. So that is the character of the doubting son. That is the character. See, that uncertainty is there, the doubting sun is there, life is still working under that doubting. Means it is a spiritual sun, but it is not a supramental sun. It is a greater light, all right, maybe the light of our mind at the best. Doubting would mean supramental. A spirit was there that sought for its own deep self, yet was content with fragments pushed in front and paths of living that belied the whole. So you have got only jigsaw pieces there, but you have not really joined them together, pieced them together, you see. And paths of living that belied the whole. But pieced together, if the jigsaw puzzle is solved, might one day be true. You will get a perfect figure if the jigsaw pieces are put together properly, you see. Yet something seemed to be achieved at last. Although this life is working under the doubting sun, still she has managed to get something done. Something seemed to be achieved at last. Obviously, where was only grey anarchy, where was only chaos and that kind of a thing, where was only doubtful mind, mind working, life is now able to do something more positive. So it is definitely becoming more than zero, more than one, you see, with that thing, you see. Until now it could be less than zero, it could be more than one, but now there is a certitude that it is becoming more than one. Yet something seemed to be achieved at last, a growing volume, the will to be. That is the Nietzschean phrase, will to be. Nietzsche spoke of man, will to be. Growing volume. So it is asserting itself, it is expanding in every direction, growing volume of the will to be, the future of life, a text of living and a graph of pole, a script of acts, a song of conscious form. Although the phrase will to be was given by Nietzsche, I don't know whether he had the idea of script of a song of conscious form, burdened with meanings from thought's ground and crowded with the tones of life's rhythmic cry. I don't know whether he had that idea of rhythmic cry, of conscious forms, of living. He didn't have that. He only said that, but what is actually going to happen and how it is going to happen, I don't think he had that idea. Will to be there. A script of a song of conscious form, burdened with meanings fugitive from thought's ground, and crowded with undertones of life's rhythmic cry, could write itself on the hearts of living things.